Jardim here from Jardim Property Group. So, how do you create a passive income stream from property investment or developments? And that is key, understanding how to create income, because you don't want to be getting involved in investments or developments if it's not producing. The key for any type of development and investment is produce an income, produce capital, increase the value, so you can live life on your terms. So, number one, buy a rental property. That's what most people do. They buy a rental property, or they buy a piece of land and they put a house on it and they rent it out and they hope and pray that the value of the property goes up. And generally it does go up over time. And it takes time for that rent to turn into a positive cash flow. So there's that lag period, but that's just one way. You buy a property, you rent it out, and you hold on to it for 7 to 10 years, and eventually that property will perform if you buy it in a good area and a good location, and it makes sense with your position and your portfolio. The other ways that I like is develop and hold. So you buy a property, you develop that property, and you hold on to that property. And the good thing about taking that approach is you're taking one piece of land or one house, bulldozing the house, or even retaining the house and building another 3 houses or 4 apartments or 10 apartments. And then what you do is you hold on to that property and you've added massive value to the property. You should be at a positive cash flow from day one, and you've got a lot of equity. And the good thing about that equity is you can use that equity and duplicate the process again and again and again. The other strategy is to develop and sell. Or develop, sell, and hold on to part of that property. So the benefit of that is, let's say you have a 4-unit site. You develop that site, you put 4 houses on that site, you sell 2 of those houses or even 3 of those houses, and the last house, the income coming from those sales pays down the capital, the debt on the remaining house, and you could potentially end up with a property with no debt, positive cash flow, and then that you use that equity and you do that again on the next development. So I like the approach of develop, sell, and also hold on to part of that development. So you're holding on to some of that profit in your property. Another one is just develop. And when you move into the space of developing, then you're running a business. You need to treat it like a business, and you're developing for one purpose, and that purpose is to turn it around quickly as possible, keep the costs down, increase the value of that property, have the right message to market match, have the right product that you're developing for the market that you're selling to the customer, to the consumer. And it's all about making as much profit as you can. It's a business. You need to treat it like a business. You take all your emotions out of the equation and you focus on that development. You get the best result for that development. You keep the time frames as short as possible, because the quicker you can get your money out, the quicker you can put it into something else and make more money out of it. So you want to treat that like a business. Make sure you do your numbers, have your contingencies in place. Make sure you do your due diligence before any transaction. So that's some of the ways to increase the value and increase your income. But I believe for me and the people that I've worked with, developments is the way to go, because that outperforms. Now there's risks there, and what we do is we mitigate that risk through our due diligence process, and increasing the value, increasing the income. But in the end of the day, it's all about making a profit, and that's what you got to focus on, is increasing the value and making a profit, having your contingencies in place, having the right formulas, because that's key, having the right formulas, the right returns, so you know that you're setting yourself up for a win. If you'd like any more information, click on the link, and we'll talk soon.